The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys. News time.
Okay,
Perfect. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Let's do the clap sync again. No, that's Duncan's finger. I can't take that from.
Oh, can we not just do the monster dance?
It's just a clap to the left and then a snap to the right. You count down real slow. And then you sync real nice. No, I can't. I've got to stop
Wait,
doing
who's
that.
thinking?
No one's syncing because we've already synced. But, I have to get... my stomach is full of spicy Subway at the moment.
Mine's full of a spicy my stir fry.
Spicy stir fry, nice.
Yeah, my dad made a nice stir fry.
Oh, good.
Right now the plate's right next to me still. It's like I can smell it. I want more.
Nice. So I'm sat there trying to recover from a chili and paprika 1 foot sub. Foot long, come on.
1 foot?
I can...
In other words,
Yeah.
Can you get 2 foot? Can you get a 2 foot?
No, you can buy 2 foot longs.
No.
And it probably end up at just under 2 feet.
Yeah, because I have to admit that the foot long aren't really a foot long.
Oh, they had to bring that silly little ruler out, didn't they, to prove to people that it was actually a foot long?
Until you stick things in it.
Yeah. And then you put it in the toaster and it shrivels. It was a foot long at the point of preparing it. But, yeah, you know what? I'd suggest it while it's out there. Chili and paprika sub. It's a very nice. And I had spinach. Like a Popeye, except not that old and rounder.
And you haven't got big, massive, like, forearms.
They're getting there, to a point. But enough about me and my... Ag, ag, ag. That sounded less like Popeye and more like the aliens out of Mars Attacks. Ag, 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 ag. So this is the Immaterial Gamers podcast. Sorry, that was a bit of a awkward silence then. I'll leave that in.
I'm watching the little girl dressed as Karen Wren pretend she's using the Force on the Star Wars attraction at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, seen that. And like all the stormtroopers and the dark side's just going, fuck that. And then Rey comes along.
We're out of it. Rey and a Wookiee come along. Good work.
Typical. So that's Stefan. Whoop, that's an echo of me.
How do you get an echo of you?
Hello.
You hearing
so
me?
Gone now.
I was about to say, you hearing yourself through my headset?
I was at the time.
I'm just confusing me now.
Yeah, but that's Stefan. I'm Ryan. It's
Bonkers
a
o'clock.
Sunday. Sorry, it's a
bonkers
Tuesday.
o'clock.
Bonkers o'clock. Yeah, when we're recording this, which is not our scheduled time that we do this.
It's bonkers. It's mayhem. It's chaos.
Bonkers. Yeah, let's get
All
some
I can
Dizzy
think is
Rascal
just
up in
chew
here.
it. All I want to do is chew it.
Oh god, no, not them. No, don't bring them back, bloody hell. Not them adverts. I like to chew it.
See, I remember them adverts where it used to be like that, and then there used to be a very similar advert to it that was for Connect 4.
Oh.
Where it was with the fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was like, there was a Chew It one, and then there was Connect 4. And it was like
Right.
almost similar.
Yeah. Right, I am definitely hearing myself.
Well, I don't know how.
Is it through your computer?
Well, no, because my Discord will be saying it'll be coming up saying it's going through as you're speaking, but it's not.
Huh.
In other words,
Very odd.
Your computer's speaking to yourself.
Nope, it's definitely coming when you are speaking while I'm speaking.
I have no idea, because you come through my headset, not through my computer.
Yes, this is episode 56, the Twilight Zone of podcasts.
Where Ryan hears echoes.
Yeah. Oh well, it'll be easy to edit. 2-man podcast. Woo!
It's 7 men, actually.
7. Yeah, the ghosts of the 5 people who weren't here today.
There's always some go.
Yeah. Oh well, this will be the podcast that will come out as a new series of videos are now coming out. The Better Together series, the name that was given for Duncan and Andrea working on a video where they were actually not working against each other.
But I like them videos. I like videos where you're working. I also like games where you do that.
What, against each other?
Well, I like games where you're meant to be a co-op team, but someone's always a deceiving little bastard who always wants to turn out right.
Yeah, that's probably why we've not ended up going and playing Borderlands 1 and 2. Picture you legging it and picking up all the guns.
Mine! I'm out of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I could do with that gun. Tough, I sold it. What do you mean you sold it?
I sold it on eBay.
I needed the money. You've got all the money as well, right?
But I needed more.
Yeah, those badass ranks don't increase themselves. No, ours aren't increasing at all. Tough shit. Yeah. And we will have to record that video again. You know, the one that we recorded effectively a podcast for, but was unusable.
Oh, the Stefan talks. And no one dies.
Yeah. We will do that one again at some point.
That's the name of the game? Stefan talks and no one dies?
Stefan talks and Stefan doesn't die.
No one dies? Did you die when I talked?
No?
See? Then we're good.
Oh, okay. But, yeah. We've had an interesting week. We're going to have more interesting weeks. Because got more plans.
God help us all.
And things to do. Yeah, well, God help us all. But God isn't here.
He's never here. He abandoned me years ago.
No, he's too busy. He's too busy stuck.
He's too busy being one of us. Just a slob like one of us.
Just a stranger on the bus.
Yeah.
Trying to make his way home.
Yep.
Oh, 90s song references. They're great, aren't they? Yeah.
Do you know the best thing is? The only reason I actually brought up that was because I've been listening to Lily Allen.
Why?
I don't know. I just... There's some songs where I like of Lily Allen. Alfie is one of them ones where I like the song. Well, I don't like the song, but I have to watch the music video. Because who doesn't want to watch a music video about a little puppet who's basically wanking off the barber?
Right, okay then, moving on. My God, you know, that's that. I think we say we are suitably warmed up. We're actually, you know, in the middle of another bank holiday weekend heat wave. It's currently 31 degrees outside. So, yeah, I'd say that we're already sufficiently warmed up. So, we'll just...
we're cooking the inside.
Yeah, just
Wonder
just
if
the
we'll
inside.
Be salty like gammon.
Wow.
What? It's curiosity.
Cure-iosity, yeah.
Yeah.
Salted like gammon. Cure-iosity.
I wonder if we are salted like...
Are we human or are we gammon?
No.
So, yeah,
I need to go to some sort of cannibal tribe and have something to eat.
Nice. It's a good idea.
Just want to taste. Just a little.
Actually, before we move on to what's been played, I was at Manchester Pride over the weekend. I don't know how I ended up there.
You got on a tram or a bus.
Haha, clever.
It's true though, isn't it?
It is.
See, so that's how you got there.
It is. There was absolutely no intention that I was going to town or to Manchester for Pride, but I ended up there, and you know what? It wasn't bad. It was fun.
Best thing is, you could have stayed in town and met Darius.
I could have, but I was already in my plan.
You're already in your plan.
Once my plan is enacted, that's it. So, but anyway, I was there with Martin and Don as well. I was just like, right guys, I'm leaving yous. Bye.
I do that to everyone.
Yeah, I know you do.
Do that to anyone and everyone. Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah.
How you getting home this way? Well, I'm going this way.
Yeah. Bye. Wait, Steph, where have you got? No!
Somehow I still beat everyone home.
For some reason, we've still got the body. Wait, what?
I left you. You trying to say I leave you with the bodies? I'd like to let you know I get rid of my own evidence.
Yeah, but was that one time that we don't talk about?
That was just too messy.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I say, suitably warmed up. Let's move on to what's been played.
What's been played?
So...
What has been played, Ryan?
Yeah, you know what, I'll go first. I've been playing the game Telling Lies.
Well, you're not that good at that, I don't think. I'm not sure anymore. Don't know what to believe.
It's not to do with my lies.
Ah, okay.
But, as a superstar astronaut, I'd like to say that I get away with it pretty easily.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So,
as I am the president.
Yeah, as we didn't have the Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes video ready over the weekend.
What did you play instead?
I put something immaterially different on about Her Story, the FMV game.
It's a bit like a story about my uncle.
No,
I want to play that more. I want to play that more, actually.
No, because there's a little bit more action in that game, isn't there?
See, no, I'm not that far into it. It's just a puzzle. It's a giant puzzle game.
No, I guess in a sense this is a puzzle game, and so is Telling Lies, to be honest. So Her Story is it's an FMV game where you are investigating the disappearance and murder of someone from the 90s using a search engine where you have to enter specific search terms where the words have appeared in video clips. So, like, the game starts with you searching the word murder, and 4 video clips come up that have explicitly got the word murder said by the woman being interviewed. And the idea is that you watch each of the video clips, try and glean more information out of each clip in order to find new clips to piece together what the fuck went on. And, and how the incident happened and what goes on from there. So, yeah, that was a good game. I enjoyed it, and people say that it's not a game, but it is. And in fact, inside, there's a recycle bin on the desktop that has a game in it. So it's a game, okay? You are seeing 2 middle fingers to anyone who claims that it's not a game. Well, you're not seeing them, you just imagine that you are.
Maybe for you viewers watching on YouTube, he may put 2 fingers on. We do not know.
Maybe. But,
He'll try painting them.
So, it was made by a guy called Sam Barlow. He was one of the script writers for a couple of Silent Hill games. I got the wrong Silent Hill game in the video. It was Silent Hill Shattered Memories and Silent Hill Origins that he actually wrote the script for, or was a script writer on, not Homecoming.
Okay.
But
I never played any of them, so...
No, unfortunately neither have I. But, yeah, he's known for that. But he's had another... He's had another project, though, over the past couple of years called Telling Lies, and it sort of expands on that same sort of gameplay. And it's just a little bit more in-depth into the story. So, the story this time is that you are a woman who has stolen an NSA laptop containing...
I'm so happy you said you're a woman that stole a laptop, because I literally thought you were going to say you're a woman that was stolen.
No.
Which Abby's like, they stole a whole person. That's called kidnap, not stealing.
Yeah. So your woman, the woman in the game is your player character. So it's like the first clip of the game is her heading up to an apartment, opening up this laptop, logging onto the machine, searching the word love in this NSA database that has video clips of 4 people from the past 2 years. And for some reason you're searching for the word love, but you've received a message from someone that says you've got a limited amount of time, you've got the night to find some information and upload it to somewhere where the hard drive will then be deleted.
Is this a bit like that? Is it the Taxi Driver, I think it's called? Or Driver?
Driver?
Basically... From what I know of it, I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think that's its actual name. You're a taxi driver that gets at the beginning of it, you kind of get almost killed by a serial killer, and then it kind of goes on, and the detective that's trying to find this serial killer makes you do the work in the night.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
No, because like say you're limited. Like Her Story before it, you're limited to just one setting in this case, which is this database where you search for key terms to bring up video clips. The difference between sort of her story and this is, like I said, you're time limited. So you will make an ending and a decision of what happened over this 2-year period based on the information you find before you're forced to upload something. But I can't say too much more about how the game plays because the game's only been out for 2 days, and unlike some places that tweeted, Greg, following Kind of Funny's Greg Miller, and no, he's spoiling, telling lies all over the place. No shame.
He has no shame. That's why we love him.
No, he has no shirt.
That's also true.
Yeah, as much as he says he's not shirtless Spider-Man.
He's not,
He is.
remember? We were there.
Nope. Yep, the shirtless Spider-Man apparently had a tattoo and didn't have a tattoo within the same... Right, anyway.
We were there still.
So yeah, there's 4 characters in it though, but they're played by some guy that I've never seen, Logan Marshall Green. He's from something. The woman who was the point of view character in that one series of Scrubs that got cancelled.
I don't even know which one that one was, though.
The med school one.
Oh, that one.
So she was in that. A couple of other actresses that elude me there and their names. But there's like other characters as well. So it's a bit different from her story where it was just one woman. It was just one woman in an interview room over a few visits. This one's got like a full set of cast and crew on it. And because of that, the video clips that you've got are a bit interesting on it. So you could pick up, you find a search term, and you find a conversation between someone. That video is only one half of the conversation. So they'll be sat there, they'll be arguing the toss, and then there might be like 30 seconds of them not saying anything, but reacting to something.
That's someone else's response.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like bugging someone's phone, but only bugging the mic, not the headset as well.
Yeah, pretty much. But then it's like you can then find, through searching, you can find the other half of that conversation, and you can then sort of picture in your head, because you can only play one video clip at a time. So you can just picture, what they were responding to, and you'll then know why they were responding the way they did. But it's another one of those where the story can be left to interpretation a little bit. The actions that they do are explicit, but it's always the why and how that are different. And it looks like it's designed to be played through a couple of multiple playthroughs, unlike her story where there was this sort of completionist aspect in it. Because you got a little database checker that told you how many of the clips you actually saw, which you don't get in this game. So you're sort of left to your own devices. But there looks like there's some sort of storyline that's going on in the back as well, because every time you find, as you go through the timer, it looked like one bit where my character was just searching through stuff and then her eyes went a bit blurry and it zoomed out a little bit to the background where someone had just walked into her apartment and she just said hi to whoever they were and carried on with what she was searching for. Because on the screen, because it simulates a laptop, you can see her reflection in the back as she's looking at stuff, and it's a little bit interesting on that. But I like that sort of, you know me now, I'm a sucker for narrative, and a game where it's basically all narrative is a bit interesting, and it's got this sort of choose your own adventure aspect of it, due to the fact that there's like 6 hours of footage. And you're not going to be able to search through all that in one playthrough.
It sounds really interesting, to be honest. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
So yeah, it's like I say, it came out on the Steam store on Friday, the 23rd. So
I was just looking at the date then to see what date was that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something to think about, and that's what I've been playing, other than the usual Final Fantasy, Teamfight Tactics, Hades, Trifecta. So, yeah, the trifecta.
Oh. Okay, no.
It's like a Triforce.
Yeah, I know what it is.
So, Final Fantasy 14 is Courage. Hades is Power. And then Teamfight Tactics is... Is there Triforce of Knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go then. So, Steph, what have you been playing?
I've not played anything new, to be honest. Something we've not discussed about, which I did mention in last week's, would be the Stanley Parable.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got the 5-year achievement for it.
Yeah.
I went the
freaking
long
game.
way and did the long way to get this achievement.
I'm not played the game in 5 years.
Yep. Took me a very long time to complete that achievement. I just need to play on a Tuesday now.
Yeah, it took over 5 years.
Oh, it is way over actually, because the game came out in what? 13? No,
2012, 2013.
13 is when we stopped playing. So yeah, it came out roughly around then, because I think we got it when it came out. So yeah, I would have been playing it. It is literally been, what, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yes.
Almost 5 years directly. 5-6 years.
Yeah, it had to be 6 years.
So I think I've done pretty well with that. But I'm sure they've altered bits of that game. And it baffles me more than it ever had.
I think there were patches that added new endings.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
because there's little bits I remember, and it's like I was doing one of the ones. I remember one where if you never left the room, and then if you never left the room, it'll just restart the game again, basically. But then
the ending on that is that he'd die of starvation just following orders.
No, when that it doesn't even do that. Well, it doesn't. In the new one, it doesn't starve. He spends hours in the office still working, wondering if anyone's out there yet, but he can't be asked moving. And he feels safe within his office where he knows where everything is. But I remember I think it was original, where if you did that, it'll put you back in, and then it'll tell you again to go. Well, it won't tell you anything at the beginning. As soon as you leave the office, that's when the narrator starts. But it used to get rid of your door, so you couldn't do it again. But now it doesn't. Your door's still there, so you can just close it and keep doing that over and over. Yeah, it still won't class that you've completed the game, even though you keep doing it, because the game's not classed as complete at doing that at all.
Yeah.
But I know at some point they've got a portal gun in it, because unless someone's modded for that, which good possibility. But I know you do end up in one of the portal levels. But I believe that was the same as what it used to be.
I'm just looking at some of the Steam reviews on this, and someone had provided their opinion. Actually, 24th of August. 24th of August was yesterday.
Oh wow! Someone's actually played it recently.
Yeah, they've done a list of good points and bad points. So there's two paragraph good points, and then there's the bad. Moving on.
Then there's is that literally what he does?
Yeah, so there's the good. Originated as a Half-Life 2 mod. Blah blah blah. This is a review on Steam by a Mazemo. So it gets down to the bottom. It's like, I won't mention any extra details as they might contain some potential spoilers. The bad. Elements ratings. So you just completely skips the bad.
Oh yeah. There isn't really bad in that game. I'm looking at the review now, but it is one of them things you can literally do what you want.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I remember there's one ending you get for answering, like, turning the monitors off in a certain way or something. It's like, oh my god, it's like baffling. The game is a baffle.
Oh, the 4-hour baby survival one that you were telling me though is,
The what one?
The one where you had to prevent the baby from going in the fire.
Oh, yeah, I never did that for 4 hours. If I was going to do that for the 4 hours, it would be the full day I play it on a Tuesday. I need Tuesday off work now. Wake up at midnight, Monday night, and just start playing it. But I know there's definitely endings that I've not been to, because there's like video clips that people have got. If you go down where the reviews are, where it's like, okay, I don't remember that. I don't remember. It's like, I remember the ending where you end up finding out it's like a giant testing zone, and there's like loads of mini procs and all the rest of it. It's like, oh look, you've made it into the back door of the game. Where all the developed stuff is just sat there going, we think this should be his desk, and oh no, this is what someone else thought his desk should look like.
I'd have a suggestion on this for you as well. If you like the Stanley Parable, there's a game called The Magic Circle.
The Magic Circle?
That does the same sort of deconstruction on that. It's that you are the protagonist of an unfinished RPG game. It's destined to be shovelware, but there's like 3 gods in the world which are actually the lead developers of the game, or the voices of the developers, and you're sat there sort of fucking around with their game while they're too busy arguing over whose stuff's
The magic
correct.
circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
There might be
Oh,
something
so you
that's-
you see them as eyes by the looks of it. So yeah, that does look. I might give that a shot.
Yeah, so it has something sort of like Stanley Parable related to it. So, but yeah, no, that game is just, it's odd.
It is extremely odd. I do like the fact that it's like the ending I was playing, because I've not played it in a long time. I went through it's like, ooh, you're going to the meeting room, and it's like, oh no, he went the wrong way, but he went to the staff room first to see if you could get a drink. And it's like, no, when Stanley gets to the bottom of this corridor, he turned left. No, hold on a minute, he went straight on. It's like, yeah, I'm not paying attention to you, mate. I'm just gonna carry on and keep doing what I want. And then do the opposite of what he tells me. And then at one point, it's like, go through the red door. I ran through the blue one. Puts me back in that room and goes, go through the red door. Run back again through the blue one. And then puts me back in the room where I can only see the red door with arrows all drawn to it. With him saying, go through the red door. I turned around and walked through the blue one, what was behind me.
It's a classic. It's just that one there here that someone's put on their review as well. I'm sure this actually has happened. The just stopping in the employee lounge.
Oh, is that an actual ending?
Yeah, well, it's not an ending. It's just what someone put as their favourite bit. So when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left, hesitates, enters the door on his right. This was not the way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, to admire it. Walks into employee lounge, stops and drinks it in. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few minutes here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I need to find that. Someone's put I'm hoping it's not photoshopped and it actually is in the game, but one of the Payday masks are in the game.
Someone's probably put it in there.
I'm assuming it's a Photoshop.
But, it's a good game. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, the 2 games that we've talked about there are actually odd experiences that you don't need to be... it's something different from running around and blasting demons in a face, or, saving X fantasy for a world from Y apocalypse. It's something, just different to try. And I mean, Stanley Parable's been out for, I'd say, over 6 years, because it was originally a Half-Life 2 mod.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, I never knew that.
So, something to think about, but cheers for that, Steph.
No problem.
Right. Well, that's a pretty coherent way through the games that we played.
They've brought out the beginner's guide for it as well.
Oh, the beginner's guide. That's another sort of weird sort of story. Like, you can go through these unfinished games from this developer no one's ever heard of, and you don't know whether it's a true story or not. Probably not a true story. But yeah, no, that's probably down your street as well if you like that sort of game.
Mm.
So, you've
been games. I've got 2 games I'll be playing for next week.
Yeah, you've been given some suggestions. So
I'll play both and I will come back to you.
Perfect. Right. Ooh. Hello, that was a bit of a burp. Right, so we will move on now from what's been played and we'll head straight into the loving arms of the news.
News time.
Not really lovable, is it?
No, especially considering the first story that we've got. Crime news from Australia. According to The Guardian, 6 arrested by Australian police over alleged online gaming match fixing. I think the Counter-Strike global offensive esports scene needs to sort itself out, because I'm sure it was only a few episodes in to the podcast that we talked about someone who was blatantly wall hacking in the middle of a tournament.
Oh, wasn't that that was something to do with Payday, not Payday, Siege.
Was it Siege?
Where the camera's cut off while he threw the C4 through a weird gap that shouldn't be there in the ceiling. That puts it on the wall upstairs. That when it blows up, it does nothing to the wall but hurts everyone on the other side. That was Siege, if I remember correctly.
Bloody hell! No, I definitely remember one with Counter-Strike though, because one in India or something like that. Was an Indian league. Where
I wasn't in that podcast, I assume.
It was one that I think it just caused the shutdown of an entire esports team because he was wall hacking. He had a hardware keyboard, so it had the wall hack in the keyboard. And when judges were trying to scan his computer and stuff, he was just like, no. It was like showing video of him just refusing to let him anywhere near it.
Yeah, that just makes you seem more guilty than anything.
Yeah. It's just stupid. But this is somewhere men from Victoria and Western Australia, according to The Guardian.
10 years in prison?
Yeah, they're treating it well. That's the thing. If you treat match fixing in sport a crime, which it is.
I'm sorry, people who rob your house and that get less than 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a bit more personal than fixing a game.
Yeah, rigging, but it's the idea, the gambling that comes up usually then leads to the other crimes of money laundering, fraud, and all that sort of stuff. It's considered organised crime, which is very very bad in terms of it, because then that organised crime usually funds other stuff, and what they usually say is it leads to terrorism, which I find ironic considering the game that they were doing the match fixing in is about anti-terrorism units, but let's not read too much into it.
Oh, why are all these terrorism games being the ones that have been hacked? People cheating for tournament play?
Yeah, but looking at the age of these as well, 2 20-year-old men, 1 22-year-old, and a 19-year-old were arrested.
These are all 6 people arrested at different times in different places.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 20-year-olds,
1 19-year-old, and 1 22-year-old.
So they're all in their, say, 20s.
Yeah. But now that means in terms of esports playing that they were in their peak.
True.
So
I wonder if they get paid more than a professional footballer, because professional footballer still has a good 10 years left in their career.
Yeah, they could end up in there with their, facing up to 10 years in prison thing. Come out, they could still esport a bit, maybe. Not that anyone would touch them, because that's a black mark on their reputation. That wouldn't happen. It's happened with proper sports as well. Some, bafflingly, do get back into it and, proceed to then be very, very clean afterwards. But, usually the case, if you've had that done, that's that. But, we got the quote from Victoria Police Assistant Commissioner Neil Patterson, and I'm not doing it in an Australian accent, but he goes, esports is really an emerging sporting industry, and with that will come the demand for betting availability on outcomes of tournaments and matches. Yep. He said it's important that police and other agencies within the law enforcement, gaming and betting industries continue to work together to target any suspicious activity. Well, yeah. If you're going to make if people are wanting esports
there's
to
a gaming
be
police?
Where did they say anything about gaming police?
Important that police and agencies within the law enforcement, gaming and finger. So I'm assuming that means
betting industries. No, just the industries.
But
yeah, if you want sports to be esports, you have to regulate it in the same way that you would regulate a sport.
Fiddle everything like the FIFA.
Yeah, VAR. But so crime doesn't pay, whether you're playing Counter-Strike or not. So, we had that bit of news. The other bit of news we had is regarding Riot Games. Months back, we were talking about Riot's ongoing sexual discrimination woes and bro culture and shit like that getting in the way of a happy little company.
I clicked the wrong one. I'm there reading it and thinking, no, this is about Uncharted.
No, not that one. But
there we go.
Yeah. Yes, this one come from PC Gamer and has basically stated that they now settled a lender discrimination lawsuit with their plaintiffs. I don't know if it was class action or if it was. Yes, it was class action.
Yeah, class action law.
But yeah, it's agreement in principle, so it's not done yet. But apparently both sides are happy with what's happened. So, that's worked. I mean, Riot, in a sense, did start suspending some of their idiots. I mean, big names regarding this. But
you've also got the thing, didn't Riot also get sold at some point this year?
Riot are part of the Tencent machine. But they've been part of the Tencent machine for a while. Oh yes, this was the one where they said they hired a chief diversity officer. But there is there's apparently, according to a Kotaku story, there wasn't a single outcome from that chief diversity officer employment that's actually helped the place for the better. So I still definitely think on that point of mine and Duncan's talk about poor working culture in our video games and films still definitely needs talking about. But it is good to see steps being made, I guess. It's a shame it had to take legal action and strikes to get it sorted. I mean, there's not much really more that we can talk about the settlement because it's not been revealed. Because it's still in principle. There won't be any legal court documents about it that anyone can see for public domain yet. But yeah, no, there's still this, some of the stuff that had come out. Like apparently that there was a story of a former male employee who was allowed to remain in the position of leadership despite regularly making sexual comments in the workplace and drugging and raping another Riot Games employee. Apparently.
What the hell bit where was this bit?
This is still in the article, apparently.
Okay.
Down 2/3 down.
I don't think.
It was the based on the massive Kotaku story in November 2018, the one that brought it all to the front.
Okay.
But you know what? Let this be a lesson to people. Don't fuck with your employees. Don't treat them like pieces of meat. Don't treat them like there's some sort of little conquest that you can just go, yeah, bro, to your mates about.
Can you tell that to my work?
Are you wanting to whistle blow while we're here, Steph, or should we save that for some sort of legally binding situation?
My work not just uses you as a piece of meat. The whole sex offence. No, that's not mine. I can happily say that doesn't happen at my work.
Right. Okay.
Being used like a last week's fucking rotten meat is my work.
Fair enough. Now we'll get that class action lawsuit set up for you there separately, mate. So that'll be that'll be all fine for you. So we will move swiftly on to the last news story then of this week, and how bad is Tom Holland feeling at the moment, Mr. Spider-Man himself? Let's see. He's got a film franchise that may not be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Mummy and Daddy, Sony and Marvel can't get their shit together in terms of a deal.
Because I know Marvel want to do another 7 films with Spider-Man.
Yeah, they want a, well, let's think of it this way. They want him to be the face of the next phase of the MCU.
Okay.
Now, the problem is they want a bit more money for that. So, when they had their sharing deal with Sony, it was on a 95-5 split.
Okay.
Marvel now want 50% of revenues that come out of the first week or whatever. And Sony have went, don't be fucking stupid. And they've now pulled out of the MCU deal, which now leaves the whole Spider-Man being part of it plan in flux. So, yeah, poor Tom Holland doesn't feel so good in regards to that.
Come on, you know for a fact Sony's just going to go, oh, we're going to do another Spider-Man film, fuck you.
Oh, of course, but
we
it won't be part of the
whole
MCU.
thing. We're going to restart the whole thing again. For the fifth time.
That being said, they could just give Tom Holland to Marvel and then move the Spider-Verse thing into their own little universe because that's a fucking good film.
Oh, true.
So, that'll work fine that way. But poor little Tom Holland is not getting all the breaks because now he's the star of a film that's lost its fifth director So this is the news according to Eurogamer, but it was also everywhere. I think I saw it on The Escapist at one point as well. But yeah, they've lost Don Trachtenberg, the man behind 10 Cloverfield Lane and the awesome new starting video for Warframe when that eventually comes out. So yeah, he's just left. But Tom Holland is still set to be Nathan Drake according to the article.
It's going to be a bit younger. I'm assuming this is a younger version.
It's an origin film.
Ah, fair enough.
So the origins of young Nathan Drake, or it's like the young Indiana Jones Chronicles. So you can do that. But yeah, they're losing everyone. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Just starting to lose actors now.
Oh, don't say that, bloody hell. I mean, to be honest, if you wanted someone to be a young Nathan Drake, who would you have? I know that you're not a fan. I know you're not a fan of the film, fan of the games.
I have no idea because I don't actually know, like, what you'd be looking for.
Young, snarky, roguish thief with archaeology experience and a thing that he does actually care about people very, very close to him, even if it's not, that close.
Again, I wouldn't know who to pick. For one, I'm shit at people's names and acts.
See, on that point, actually, now that I think about it, I would have gone with Tom Holland, but he's already there, so that's the boring choice. You know what? No, I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't think there is much of a... Not anyone young anymore. There's not many young actors anymore.
No, it's not like you could actually...
That big anyway.
Yeah. It's not like you could actually get, like, Nathan Fillion to actually just do it. Or, like, voice actors or something. Yeah, screw it. I find it funny. I want Sean Connery to play young Nathan Drake. Oh no, no. You know what? That one felt like a bit of a damp squid, actually. Just like the Uncharted film. Oh. So that's fun. Right. Well, you know what we're gonna do then, Steph?
Oh, come on. What are we doing?
We're gonna wrap this up, I think.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play a game.
I haven't got a game of the oddest prepared, to be honest. If I knew we were going to get through the news that quick and it was going to be an undistracting podcast, I would have. Yeah, I would have thought about it.
I'm normally a distractor.
Yeah, you were pretty much on the straight and narrow through this one this week.
That, and I'm not sat there at work just going, what about this? What about that?
Yeah, fair enough. No, that works then. So in that case, we will just go to the wrap up. So this is cool. So thank you for listening. So if you liked what you've heard,
I'll see.
Or maybe seen, depends if there's a middle finger that'll show up as an image.
I'll hold you to that, viewers. If you don't happen, spam the comments.
Yeah, engage. Spam comments. Wear middle finger. Please.
And then right on it, you won't give him a like unless he puts it on.
No. No, please engage. Do the likey, sharey, commenty things. Subscribe, click a bell. Do all that. Share. Everything's great. And just then keep an eye out for the schedule of videos that will appear over a week.
And keep your eye on them numbers, because they're up to something.
Yes. So, Tuesdays, podcast rumbers. We hoover up gameplaying and news. Wednesdays, on hiatus, is Shattered Reflections. Or every other Wednesdays, where Roombas talk about Black Mirror. Technology. What a surprise. Thursdays, Teamfight Thursdays, where Roombas play chess. This is a bit of a weird thing all the way through, but I'm going to keep going with me now. Fridays, the General's War Table, where Roombas play strategy games.
When the Roombas go to war.
Yeah. And then Fridays we've already talked about. Saturdays could be either play sessions, where groups of Roombas compete to be the best in a game. Or it could be an Immaterial take-on, where Roombas discuss Roombas.
Wait, I've been upgraded to a Roomba?
Yes.
Wow. My leg does get better.
And there could also be something immaterially different, where Roombas play games like Roombo First Blood. Where this whole joke started. And then Sundays, sibling rivalry, where a pair of Roombas compete to beat each other at a Roomba-based game. Or it could be Mondays, which is now Better Together, where two Roombas talk about Well, they don't talk about anything. They work together
So I
to
had
play
to
a video game.
reply to one of our colleagues.
Yes, I was hearing the messages while we were going through on there.
Have we started? We started and ended.
Yeah, it kind of just happened. But we will get that all sorted. But thank you very much, Steph, for being here this week.
I'm here every week.
Aye. Now
Just
we
not
just have to
always
now
in
get
person.
used to now we just have to get used to a new recording time. But it'll at least make editing less
And
of
a
a
new
hassle.
regular.
Yeah. Oh, things will be interesting from there. But have a good week, everyone, and we will see you next time. And for God's sake, please hoover up.
And keep an eye on them. They're up to something.
Always. They are out for your best interest, though. As long as you're not robbing your own stuff, you're good. Right, we'll see you next time.
Bye!